Yes, I am. Why? Because that is who can help you through anything in this world. And people say, well, you know, he didn't help me because I'm having troubles. He said there'll be troubles in this world. This isn't a perfect world. It was. He made it perfect, and then we screwed it up. So he's going to fix it all. It'll all be over with one day, and he is going to fix it. But till then, he does tell us to take care of each other, but more importantly, to turn to him. And you'll get a lot more comfort turning to him. Now, you'll get an ear to listen to with a human being's face if you have a friend, and that's why I do encourage you guys to make friends. Some of you said you don't have friends. Well, that's not good. You need to learn to make friends. And when people say, well, Beth, I have depression, or I'm not outward like you are, I'm shy or whatever, look, this is one of those things you're going to need to overcome. And so that is why you turn to Jesus. And so it's important that you do in life have friends. It's very important. I can't tell you how important that is. It doesn't mean they'll fix everything, because they can't. They're not God. And it's not that God is going to fix everything just to prove to you he's God. Or he would have just, jumped off the cross. That wasn't the point. He stayed on the cross for a reason. And there's a reason why we go through the trials and troubles that we do. First of all, we live in a fallen world, and it's not perfect anymore, and there's going to be trials. But also, and there's going to be absolute attacks. But sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's that God is going to not only allow, but even send trials so that you can bond with other human beings, so that you can bond with him, because you otherwise wouldn't. It's just the facts. It's how we are. It's not how he is. And can I tell you something? There's nothing like going through any kind of a trial, whether your friend's having a marital problem, or they've had an abuse issue, or they're having, serious weight loss problems where they're having health conditions from it. They can't seem to get control over that. And that's nothing to laugh about, even though we giggle about it. It's not funny if it's causing them to be diabetic or having a heart problem. If somebody's got an addiction problem, or whether it's, and people always think, well, addiction to drugs. It's like, no, it could be addiction to pornography. It could be addiction to shopping. It could be addiction to anything that you turn to instead of the Lord when you're either bored, or you are upset, or you feel empty. We tend to turn to things instead of God. And that's why a lot of this happens. Sometimes the trials that we go through are something happening to a loved one, or they're injured, or they're hurt, or they're in trouble, and so that causes us to have pain. And when we turn to the Lord about that, turn to our friends about that, we build and bond at those times. So, and it's just because that's how we are. It's not because, oh, God's so terrible. That's how we are. We tend to only open up when we are broken. And so, he'll break us. And I know that sounds tough, and I know some people would say, so you saying God sent my house fire? I don't know. I would say he certainly could have stopped it. I had a house fire, and it didn't have to be, but he sent it, and a lot was learned. First of all, that the house was not nearly as important as we thought it was. What was important was that everybody got out alive. Maybe one of you would say, well, Beth, in my house fire, everybody didn't get out alive. What do you have to say to that? I don't know. I know God could have stopped it, and he didn't. That doesn't make him bad. That means there's a reason. We keep thinking that this world is what we're living for, and this world is not what we're living for. As I sit here just, casually put on makeup, I mean, how important really is this? It isn't, It's fun. It's artful. It makes us look pretty by the world's standards. But this isn't really that important. What's really important is getting out of this world alive, and we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to get out of this world alive. So what do we do instead? We seek out the one who will. The one who will get us to heaven. The one that will get us through this life and to the next life. I don't know how I did it, but I have gone into 3 videos now just talking. And I don't ever want to take lightly what I'm talking about. Because I know when people are suffering, they are often receptive to hearing from God. And here's what I would say to that. Does God cause suffering? Yes. Does God remove suffering? Yes. Does God always send trials. He always does. Does God cause all suffering? I don't know. I know he could stop anything. So if the suffering's there, he did not. And there must be a reason higher than anything we can understand. That's the tough thing. It requires trusting him anyway. And what I was saying about friendships is I think it's important when you are going through tough times in this world that you also have people of this world to go through it with. It just, yes, it's definitely makes life better. It makes, I don't know why. I'll tell you this. This is my